I'm Meg Turney, and I'm here with the one and only Adam Sessler. Welcome.
Thank you very much. That's kind. When you say one and only, it's more kind of a sense of relief that there aren't more of me, because that would be really annoying.
Actually, oh my God, there he is.
See? And he's annoying all the people over there.
So, it's PAX. You've done a million of these. What sets this one apart from the other conventions we have all year?
It's two things. The people who attend PAX tend to be nice. It's like the most genuine of all the conventions I go to. Say like at Comic-Con, everyone seems to behave more like, they're some kind of Pokeball collector, and just like, they're just kind of like, I need things. And here, there's like a genuine interest in games. And the fact that at the back end of this hall, there's the indie mega booth, where you have a lot of these very small developers with these games, and it is as crowded there as it is where Sony and Microsoft have their booths. I think that's a really, really telling thing about the kind of audience that PAX seems to be culturing.
That's amazing. I'm so excited you mentioned it, because the indie mega booth is my home away from home. So let's talk about the games you saw there, because that's where I spent my whole day yesterday, because it's like my little mini heaven. Did you see Crypt and the Necrodancer, and is it the best game ever or the best game ever?
Ever so often, someone will come up with an idea. I'm like, that would never have crossed my mind in a million years. The idea you take DDR pads and do like a dungeon crawler with it. I mean, it's just so ingenious. And yes, it might make me have to pull out a DDR pad again. But yeah, I mean, those are the really neat experiments where I'm even less interested to see how successful it is. That kind of experimentation, there's already something so valuable there to see if you can play with those kind of interfaces and if it'll actually work.
Right, because we would never see Sony just take a chance and come out with a DDR game. But like the Indie Games Mega Booth shows that, like you said, even if it's not successful, that somebody's trying it is going to get somebody thinking.
And then maybe like all 500 of the Steel Battalion controllers that are out there, someone's going to figure out something you can do with that as well.
Very cool. Let's talk about what other games did you see in the Indie Games Mega Booth that you saw that you were excited about?
Never Ending Nightmare is a very, very interesting game. Really dark, obviously something of a personal story, and it's interesting kind of on the heels of a game as remarkable as Gone Home, that you have another way that you're trying to tell a personal story of one of the creators, and some of the problems he went through when making another game, and then kind of characterizing it as, it looks like a fairly creepy horror game.
Absolutely.
And I think those touches, like trying to ground these things down where you're not just trying to fulfill the player's fantasies, but you're actually trying to use games as an essential way to tell a story and convey something. This is really, really exciting, and that's another example of it. Obviously, these guys need funding if they're going to get this thing done. This is a prototype showing what their concept is. I'm crossing my fingers that they can find the money, be it Kickstarter or otherwise, to see this thing through.
Absolutely. I got my hands on the demo, and the art style is it's really unique. And when it gets too dark, like the scribbles, I don't know, it just lends itself to creepiness in a very unique way that I love.
And it's slightly reminiscent of Edward Gorey.
Yes.
And I think that's, obviously he had that touch of the macabre, and it works really, really well in this instance.
Very cool. So one other thing that you loved here on the show floor, I think maybe we're standing in front of something that relates to it.
I was a big supporter of this when I saw it at E3. I think a lot of people haven't. It's one thing to watch it, and it's another thing to play it. And it really is not like other multiplayer games. The level design, the fact that you don't have clear symmetry because you do have Titans and you do have people on the ground, it just opens up so much more interesting gameplay. And then I had this wonderful moment where I like to do the melee with the Titans. It's not that terribly effective, and I went running up to another one, started punching, and he was shooting me, so I popped out, I ejected, went up, came all the way back down, landed on that Titan, and took him out with a bomb.
Were you just like, boom, I'm out?
Yeah, it was so satisfying, and but the thing is, for things to change that quickly in the course of about 20 seconds in an online shooter is really, that's something that the very best players can do in the stuff that's out there now. The fact that it's a little bit more democratized, you can have that moment of fun, that moment of pride. It's great. I'm not much of a multiplayer guy, but I am all over this game.
One of the things that Titanfall made me think of, that Watch Dogs I saw today made me think of, games are getting pretty damn complicated.
Yeah. I mean, the games are getting complex. I was realizing there's other strategies that I think are in a game like Titanfall, where yes, you have a jetpack and you can parkour. You can also just grab a ledge and hang from there. That there's things that I think, as they get explored. But that kind of depth, if it's at least conveyed to the player in the right way, that's a good thing. Complexity is good if you understand the complexity.
Very cool. Adam, thank you so much for joining us. Have a great PAX, and we'll see you soon.
See you soon. All right, bye-bye. Bye.